He who thinks he leads but has no followers is literally taking a walk solo. To have followers, one must be able to influence them. And if you cannot influence them, then literally you have no followers, and you have no followers, then you are not a leader. In 21 Laws of Irrefutable Success, John Maxwell brings up the point that leadership is not a gift, meaning it's a learnable skill that any one of us can learn. And if you're trying to increase and up your leadership game, then this is the video you do not want to miss. Warren Bannis, and that's a quote from the book, distinguishes leaders from followers by leaders' ability to improve continuously and develop their skills compared to the followers. The whole idea comes from contributing and giving better and improving lives of the followers. So the moment you become a leader, you give up the right to abuse others. So the only right you have is to add value to them or actually deliver them to where they would like to go. How can you add value to them? If you are capped, like let's say skill-wise, knowledge-wise. So therefore, continuously working on yourself will help you to raise the bar higher, so then you can contribute more and attract more like-minded people. Speaking of attraction, if you pay attention, let's say you're a person in a position right now, a cleaning business owner, and the people that are under you, take a look at their commonalities. They share pretty much the same things in general, meaning we are attracted to people that are alike, or we attract people that are alike us too. An example, the generational. When you take the ages of the people that work around you in your organization, then they're probably going to be very close to it. Another one would be the attitude. If you're a positive, energetic person, you would likely get those people that are alike you. And one of the factors, attitude, is contagious. So which means you can contaminate others with the positive attitude and attract and help them. And in general, you see the people with positive attitude attracted to those, as opposed to those that always whine and cry and complain. The next would be the background. In my case, if I'm an immigrant from Uzbekistan, then I've got quite a bit of likely people working, especially in the field for the cleaning. There are immigrants as well, not necessarily from Uzbekistan, but they're immigrants and they're in America, and we are in a cleaning business. So as you can see, those are the commonalities we're attracted to. Values is the same thing as well. If you want people, and that's something that I noticed myself, I had to change myself first, and it's probably the maturity level. For some, it comes earlier, for some, it comes later. But it eventually comes, because in the beginning you just me, it's the money, and then your values will go up. And then as they go up, you start noticing that the people around you, their values are going up too. And you're chipping off those whose values you do not align with anymore. So values, we attract them. And then the energy. A great example John Maxwell brings up is if you put the high energy person to work with the low energy person, then the high energy person is going to think this person is lazy, and the low energy person is going to think this guy is insane. So as you can see, like, they have to be alike. Giftedness is another point, and with giftedness, what he brings up is that people follow like people, in a sense. Like if you're an artist, you want to follow the creative people. If you are from an educated family or educated yourself, then you're likely attracted to those people. Let's say you're a cleaner, and then you've got a lot of cleaners, but you need to find some lawyers, accountants, and etc. Then you can up yourself, like educate and develop those skills that distinguish you from a follower to a leader. And then once you up your game, then you're going to notice then intentionally or unintentionally, you will start attracting people that you like. So if you have all of the cleaners, then start teaching and learning and participating in networking events and up your skill set, and you will start attracting alike people. And this is true, and I can witness to it and testify it, because that's what happened. In the beginning, I had all the truck drivers and cleaners and construction workers that I was surrounded with. I had to go through really bad lowest point in my career, emotionally and personally. And that happened after my now ex took the babies to Uzbekistan to never to return. So over the night, my house was empty and I did not know when I would see the babies. So I got a hold into this rabbit hole of self-perfecting, personal development, and it's an amazing place to be. And then I start working on myself and I start increasing my skill set, my values. Then I start noticing people alike to be attracted to me. And my now circle is completely different from my then circle. You don't want to burn any bridges that have existed before over the years, but I am more with this level of people now compared to this. And it all happened because I realized the need to change and start changing myself. Not like me going out into lawyers and like, hey, dude, you want to be friends with me? Go to an accountant or doctor like, hey, dude, you want to be friends with me? No, like I had to change, and intentionally or not, I started attracting people. And this is something that you can do as well. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So to do something, you want to focus not on yourself, but on others. To lead yourself, you can lead by your head, right? But to lead others, you want to lead by their heart. So meaning touch somebody's heart before you ask for their hand to help you out. So in a sense, if you want to find out their story, you want to find out what they care about, what that person needs help with, find out, help them, serve them, and then you have the right to ask for the hand. Law of buy-in is a really cool terminology that he brings up that I didn't think about it before. And as a leader, you don't earn points by failing in a noble cause. Let's say you had a noble company that you started and you failed, and the mission was amazing, but you failed. Who cares, right? That's your experience. People like to follow people who eventually gets them to the place they want to go, right? If you are in the middle of a desert or a forest, right, and you need to get out, nobody cares whether you have a good point or not. People need to survive, they need to get. So if you're able to take them to the place they want to go, then they will likely follow. I mean, who are you going to follow if you're in a desert? A guy who just says like, hey, for a noble cause, we're going to survive this, or a guy who knows how to read the map and is familiar with survival skills, because then you know your likelihood to survive goes up. So law of buy-in is that you are judged based on the results that you deliver, not the cause that you have. Activity is not necessarily an accomplishment. That's what John Maxwell says. What I like to say is being busy versus doing what's important is two different things. Being busy is you could be a hamster on a wheel that just keeps running, doesn't get anywhere, right? But that's what you don't want, and that's simple to do, because day to day we get so into our things and in our mind, like, hey, did I pay the BGE bill? Did I cut the grass? Did I take care of that cleaning project, etc.? But those are day to day. What's important, that's what you need to focus on, is creating those relationships, improving procedures, technologies, implementing new technology. So the leader's skill of prioritization that's when it comes in. So you should be able to, as a leader, differentiate what keeps you busy from what actually keeps you important. Every leader takes an action, and normally there is 4 ways of outcomes. So one is, if you're a leader and you're taking a wrong action in a wrong time, then that's a recipe for a disaster. But if you take the right action in a wrong time, that's a recipe for the resistance. This is when people want to understand what you're trying to do. And therefore, as a leader, you should have a solid understanding, a maturity, confidence, decisiveness. You should be able to take an action, experience, intuition. Those are the skills that you want to develop as a leader yourself. And then the wrong action at the right time, that is a mistake. I mean, just taking a wrong action, regardless of time, it's a mistake. And then the fourth would be taking the right action in the right time. And this is when your success is almost inevitable, because you're going to hit the mark that you're trying and striving for. Mindset shift is a huge, and this is something that I observe and I try to improve myself. It's 80-20. So focus on 20% the best, leave the rest, because rest is energy suckers, the time suckers, money suckers. You want to focus on the 20% of the best team you have. Or an example for the customers, right? 20% of your customers will make up the revenue for your corporation. Or same with the leadership. If you start influencing into those that you believe, the 20% one, then eventually they become leaders and start influencing the others, freeing up your time. Mick Delaney, there's a really cool quote that stood out for me too, and this is from John Maxwell's quote. It says, any business or industry that pays to goof-offs and eager beavers, eventually, if you pay the same for goof-offs and eager beavers, then eventually you're going to have more goof-offs than eager beavers. So the concept there is you do not want to just reward everyone, you want to reward based on the results. So if somebody is delivering, then that's when you want to invest more in reward as well. And settle with your life sentence, of course. Have a life's mission for yourself. You put a North Star for yourself and you work towards this, because this determines your values, your actions, everything you do, so that when you pass away, then people know why you were put on this planet to do, as opposed to guessing why you were put to this planet. People are the ones who live on after we're gone, not the things, because they get old, broken, and degrade and deteriorate. John Maxwell, nicely into 4 categories, break down achievement, success, significance, as well as legacy. So achievement comes when you do something great on your own. Success comes when you're able to encourage followers to do something for you. The significance comes when you're able to influence leaders to do something and you guys do it together. And then the legacy comes when you influence leaders to do great things and you remove yourself out of equation, and now these leaders are doing the great things. The law of a legacy is leaders' lasting value is measured by succession. So when you become the leader you want to become, and if you're liking this content, please hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. When you become the leader that you want to become, then you want to train other leaders, and now they take on your legacy, and this is how you become. So the whole concept from this book is a mind shift, is they work for me is not how you want to be doing. You want to switch this and like, I actually work for them, what I can do to serve them better, because the more and better you're able to serve people, then loyalty goes up, then more time you have, your influence, then instead of being in one place, you have so many leaders that you've trained, now you're in multiple places, your impact goes up, and like your lifestyle, your legacy all goes up. Also, I was able to do a quick Google search and find one of the PDF summaries. I'm going to link it down below in a comment, and check out this video. Keep on crashing your leadership skills, and I can't wait to see you on the next one right there. Bye-bye.